And we are live back in the building. Another live watch along. This time we're watching Canada versus Morocco in Group F alongside Croatia and Belgium. It's due to be another lit watch along. If last night's watch alongs was something to go by, this one is going to be a good one as well because we still have a situation where three teams can qualify. Obviously, Canada are out of the competition after losing their opening two games. So make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button as well. If you're new, hit the notification bell. Got my guy CM in the building. What you saying, my bro?
Yes, man. Listen, another day, more football. We love to see it. Like you said, bro, last night's conclusion to the games, it was crazy. It was gripping everybody, even if they weren't Mexico fans. I'm sure Polish fans as well. Argentina putting together a great performance on their side. Today, a lot of pressure on Belgium. Obviously, this week there were reports, or after that loss, there were reports of a little bust up with Kevin De Bruyne, Vertonghen, and Eden hasn't been involved as well, but he kind of brushed that aside and kind of said nothing really happened. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in that game. And for Morocco, there's still so much to play for them as well.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at the groups right now so we can see the current standings heading into this final fixture. Kickoff is in about 12 minutes time, so we'll run through this quickly and then we'll run through the teams for either side. So in Group F, we're watching right now, you can see Croatia are top with one win and one draw from their opening two games. And they have a goal difference that is greater than Morocco's, who are in second, also with one win and a draw from their opening two games. They are both on 4 points. So it's a situation like this. Croatia win today, Morocco win today. They are both through, and there'll be no chance for Belgium. However, if Belgium in third get the win, they will be through to the next round. And it's dependent on what happens in the Morocco-Canada game, whether they'll finish top or if they'll finish in second place. They've got 3 points with a win and a loss from their opening two games. And then obviously Canada are out of the competition already. And they're only here to basically spoil the party. Boy, it's going to be an interesting. Who do you think out of these four teams will emerge from the group?
I think Croatia will make it through. And it's a tough thing because one side is telling me Belgium will come through, even though they haven't been great so far in this World Cup. I feel like something will help them towards that finishing line of making it through. But I don't know, man. I don't know because Morocco have done more to be in their position as well. I'm gonna go for Croatia and Belgium.
Ooh, this is interesting because what's got to happen here, yeah, is for that to happen, Croatia will have to. Well, yeah, this is mad because Belgium will have to win that game, and then you're hoping for Morocco to lose to Canada
Mm, that
or
would be it. Would
or draw.
Yeah, that it would be mad. Jeez, man. Yeah, let's see. Let's see.
I feel like Morocco are gonna beat Canada today. They're gonna end up um probably top because of goal difference because they're only a goal behind Croatia. I think it's gonna be a bit more of a difficult game for Croatia to impose themselves against Belgium. Belgium also knowing that they've got to try and do what they need to do to get through as well. I feel like Morocco might end today with top of the group. I think they'll bag a few goals because I feel like there's a bit of an experience in that Canada side. We saw what happened when they started moving the ball around Croatia. When they got their foot on the ball and started moving the ball around, Canada were chasing shadows really, and then they ended up losing 4-1. So yeah, I feel like Morocco come out top, and I feel like Belgium will scrape through. I think they beat Croatia and scrape through with 6 points, and then Croatia will be going home. Unfortunately, that's what I'm thinking anyway. But yeah, let's move on to the teams. Just go through the teams. So we'll start off with Croatia, Belgium. So Livakovic in goal for Croatia. Then we've got a back four of Dejan Lovren, Josko Gardvo. Then we've got the fullbacks Borna Sosa and Josip Juranovic. And then in midfield, we've got the three of Mateo Kovacic, Luka Modric, and Marcelo Brozovic. Up front, you've got Ivan Perisic, Andrej Kramaric, and Marco Livaya. And then for Belgium, you've got Thibaut Courtois. Then you've got a back three, I believe they play with, of Toby Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen, and Leander Dion Donker. And then in terms of the four in midfield, they've got in the middle of the park, Axel Witsel, Kevin De Bruyne, and then in the wide areas, the wing backs, the right wing back will be Thomas Meunier, the left wing back will be Timothy Castagna. Then up top, they've got Yannick Carrasco, who's making his first appearance for Belgium in this tournament. Dries Mertens is also starting as well, coming off the bench a couple of times already in the tournament, and as well as Leandro Trossard as well starting. Pretty interesting from the Belgians' perspective. You know, I believe it's a unchanged Croatian side from their win over Canada. So what do you think of both of these teams going into this game?
Yeah, Croatia, they're gonna be looking probably to get a lot of possession, especially in higher areas of the pitch. They'll be physical, and their best chance of winning this game is really what we saw in Canada. The best that was Croatia at their best, trying to be direct, dominate possession once again in high areas, be physical. And I think what they can do to this Belgian team, which could even change my prediction overall, is really be physical with them in the middle of the park, try and expose them defensively. We saw Kramaric, for example, he got 2 goals against Canada. He was really good in that game, especially in the box. Devastating finishing as well, which is something that you come to get used to with the Croatians. So if they can do that in this game, then they could potentially put Belgium in a lot of trouble. But Belgium, they need to improve. They've been very open in the middle of the park, considering they have, Axel Witsel's not at his best. Kevin De Bruyne hasn't been at his best in terms of creativity. He's been really off it with his decision making. When you look back to that first game, even their second game, the decision making overall hasn't been great, and they need him to lead them to glory. They've only scored 1 goal in the tournament so far, and I saw a stat that said their conversion rate this year of 5.3% is their lowest at World Cup finals since 1982.
That's crazy.
So they need to be better. They scored once from 19 shots. They got Dries Mertens. Maybe he can make a difference today. Yannick Carrasco, of course, we know how much of a tricky winger he can be. Leandro Trossard of Brighton. Let's see what he can do today. And then it seems like they'll be playing with wing backs as well. So it's important that they keep a good structure in the middle of the park defensively. They need to be on song as well, because Croatian team are not people to be playing with, especially in those attacking areas.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, those changes for Belgium really stuck out to me. Like the likes of Eden Hazard, Thorgan Hazard also not here either. Lukaku is on the bench. He came on in one of the games, but he's not fit still enough to start. And Dries Mertens and Yannick Carrasco coming out of nowhere, basically, to come into this side. Let's move on to the Canada and Morocco game. So for Canada, we'll go through their side. So you've got Milan Borjan in goal. You've got a back three of Kamal Miller, Stephen Victoria, and Alistair Johnson. Then in terms of the wing backs, I believe it's going to be Junior Hoylett and actually, no, they're not playing with wing backs, are they? They're playing with a four across midfield. So it's Adekun. Wait, let me get this right. Adekungbe, Junior Hoylett, Anthony K, Osorio, and then up front you've got Kyle Larin, and then on either side of them is Buchanan and Alfonso Davies. And then for Morocco, you've got Yassine Bounou. You've got a back four of Ashraf Hakimi, Naif Agard, Romain Saiss, and then Nusser Mazraoui, who was injured in the first game against Croatia, and he's now coming back into the side, which is good to see. And then in midfield, you got a three of Amrabat, Unahi, and Sabiri, who came off the bench in a couple of games and shown some promise. So he gets a start today. And then up front, you've got Hakim Ziyech, Soufiane Boufal, and Yusuf and Nesri, who makes his way back into the starting 11 after missing the last game. What do you think of both of these sides?
Yeah. You know, in my mind, fam, I keep on changing my mind at who I think's going through. But Canada, the biggest problem for them is they've been very naive in their first two games in terms of defensive work. They've started the game with high energy, high pressing, looking to make an impact, and they haven't been very efficient with the chances that they've created. So that always comes to kick you and almost hurt you later in games once the other team is able to hold a grasp and get a hold of the game. So Canada need to be a lot smarter if they want to get a result. Obviously, they're out of the competition, so now they're playing for pride. They got their first World Cup goal, and it would be good to sign off with a win or some sort of a result. And their manager, it remains confident in them and wants to end the World Cup in a good note as well, building for 2026. So I do expect them to come out of the gates quickly, looking to maybe take that first goal like they did with Alfonso Davies last time out. But they need to be a lot smarter, thinking about the whole course of the game rather than just the beginning. So I wouldn't go out all guns blazing to begin. Obviously, you can come out high press, trying to make the opposition uncomfortable, but at the same time, you need to conserve some of that energy for later in the game so that you can have the ability to defend. You still have the ability to create chances and do well positionally in all areas, defensively, in the midfield, and attacking wise. For Morocco, they're a tricky side, second in the group, great chance to go through. You'll see them have a lot of that emphasis of creating chances out wide or even with small combination plays. Defensively, they're really good as well. Hardly uh, conceded goals in qualification in this competition as well. So it's going to be hard to break them down. Canada, you know, they've got pace and they rely on that so much so in terms of their wide areas. And but he's also being direct. They'll cross in the ball from time to time and look for their attackers in there. That's how you saw Alfonso Davies score that headed goal. So it's going to be interesting. Tajon Buchanan, he's been kind of a live wire as well on the right side of the wing for Canada. You're looking at guys like Hakim Ziyech, Sofiane Boufal, to create from wide areas for Morocco. So it's an interesting game for real.
Mumsy's asking you to check your phone.
Oh.
Big up Super Nick in it. Yeah, kickoff is starting now. I just need to make sure my one is actually working. Give me 1 second, people.
Back in a sec, bro. Apologies about that, ladies and gents. I believe both games have begun. I'm watching the Canada-Morocco one, so we're just about 50 seconds into that game now, with Morocco on the attack. Good cross in there by Ziyech. Ufal was in there for the header. Let us know what you think in the comments as well. Who you think's gonna win the games today? Who do you think's gonna go through in the conclusion of Group F? Ufal, he goes down. I don't think they give the free kick. Showing the replay of that Ziyech cross. It was a great defensive header. I believe that was Vittoria.
Sorry, people. Had to get a different stream because iPlayer wasn't working for me. I don't know why.
For real?
I swear it wasn't working. I kept refreshing it. It wasn't working. So I had to get myself one of them Bandulu streams. Yeah, but I don't know what's going on here. Because it's mad behind this stream. This one's like maybe 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. Alphonso Davies on the attack in the box now for Canada. Bit of hesitation. Shot from outside the box blocked. Morocco retain possession now, win it back. Now they're on the counter attack.
Belgium have started with some urgency in this game. They understand the situation. They need to win this game. Otherwise, they are going home. They're starting on the front foot. It's gonna be a bit of a chess match in this game, to be honest with you, because Croatia also, that midfield, they like to get hold of the ball and they start to dictate play. They're all pretty much the same type of midfielder as well. When you look at Brozovic, Modric, and Kovacic. But yeah, it should be interesting.
Oh, almost a dodgy part. Oh, the goalkeeper, the Canadian goalkeeper's made a mistake. It's 1-0. Boyan. He takes a heavy touch that goes straight to Hakim Ziyech, who just chips him. And it goes in the back of the net. It was a disastrous back pass by the defender. And the goalkeeper doubles down on that mistake with a horrible touch. Not even 4 minutes in, and Morocco are 1-0 up. Wow. That is poor. I'm sure they'll show the replay in a second. They're showing it now. So it's passed down the line, and the defender has no pressure. It was Vittoria with the poor back pass, a lack of intensity that goes back to Boyan. And I think he panics, to be honest, because he runs onto the ball. He sees the player that's pressing. It was Enne Nesiri who presses him. And it's a horrible touch. Goes all the way out to Ziyech, who just first time chips the ball in the back of the net.
That's a great start for Morocco in their quest to come out of this group. As it stands right now, they are top with 7 points. Croatia in behind them, with Belgium on 4 points, heading out. Big up Isaac in here. Said go. Big up NN as well. I'm gonna take my big up back, bro. Don't be talking about us Ghanaians, bro. Tomorrow, it's on tomorrow.
That's just not an ideal start for the Canadians, man. It's crazy. Morocco right now are top, Croatia second, Belgium third, and Canada smack bang on fourth position.
Belgium moving the ball around, just keeping possession of the ball, trying to keep it away from the Croatians. My issue is the lack of focal point up front, I think, which is hurting Belgium throughout this tournament. Lukaku's still not fit enough to start. Maybe he might develop a little bit over the tournament if they can get through this hurdle here against Croatia. But right now, I'm not too sure because Croatia looked a lot more settled in the game against Canada, got some goals under their belt.
Yeah.
And I think that the cohesion within the team is working. The defense is a bit of a new look one, apart from Lovren. Borna Sosa, he declared for Germany before the last Euros, only to be denied his switch. So he had to run back all the way to the Croatian FA for him to get accepted as a Croatian citizen, so he can actually play for them in this tournament, which is an interesting story. So he's a newcomer. Obviously, you know about Gardviel for Leipzig, young up and coming centre back. Was linked to Chelsea in the summer. He's performed really well in this tournament, and I'm sure his price tag has risen now as well with some of the performances. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Thank you to Super Nick as always for always supporting and always coming through on the streams too. Thank you very much. If only Germany and Austria didn't cheat on the 1982 World Cup, we wouldn't be having both of these games played at the same time. Speaking of Germany, we're watching them a little later as well as they take on Costa Rica, while Spain take on Japan. Should be very, very interesting.
I was gonna ask, what do you think about it? Do you enjoy the games being on at the same time, or you prefer with them being separate like they are earlier on in the groups?
I like them on at the same time. I can't lie to you, bro. I just feel like it just adds to a bit of the drama, you know?
Yeah.
Because like you look at yesterday's fixtures, right? Like all of us were on the edge of our seats because it was just like we was expecting Argentina to try and get another goal or Mexico getting another goal in that game, only for Mexico to concede, and the missed chances for Argentina, whilst Poland sneak through without really offering much in the group stages at all. Because you'd think that Saudi Arabia were worth what they offered in the tournament, and Mexico too in that final game especially, but Poland didn't offer anything. So
Imagine that.
same time. I prefer same time. How about you?
Yeah. Nah, I would say the same. I mean, mentioned yesterday the Mexico game. It adds to the drama when you understand that, especially when it's at the end of the group like this. There's so many different things that could happen with whether it's to do with results, goal difference. They had the fair play thing yesterday with me. I mean, so much drama.
So much drama. Is Roberto Martinez going to get fired today? If they go out, I think it's the end of his time. Unfortunately for him, I think he'll be gone. Big up Manj as well for coming through. Thank you, appreciate it. This game, I just know it's going to be a bit of a chess match. Literally, that's a good ball though. Oof. Lovren had to be on point there to get that away from Trossard. But yeah, Croatia and Belgium, it's going to be a bit of a chess game, a lot of possession for both sides in the midfield. Offside, it looks like Perisic is offside there. But it should be a good game once both teams settle down and stop trying to feel each other out. Prayers to Drizzy as well. Hopefully you pass your manuscript proposal to get that degree.
You're gonna do it, man.
Come
You're
on.
gonna do it.
It's onside. So cross the face of goal. Ooh, Carrasco. Maybe the cross was just a bit too much on that from Dries Mertens. Forced Carrasco a little bit too wide. He hits a shot at Livakovic in the Croatia goal and it's out for a corner. Bit of a weird corner routine there. Croatia on the attack now. Here's Kramaric. Ivanovic. Cross into the Via. Cleared. Belgium now on the counter. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Space is opening up. He finds Mertens. Oh, over the bar. That was a good counter. It was a good counter from Belgium. Fam, my stream is now. Nah, my stream's moving mad. Right, no, we're back. My stream's moving mad. I need to see.
To try that iPlay again, man.
I know. I'm gonna try it in a bit. Yeah, this thing is moving jumpy there. Let me see if I can switch real quick.
Ooh, here come Canada. They might have a chance to equalize. It's crossed in and Buchanan just can't get a boot on it, a proper boot on it at least. It was a good cross in. Buchanan should have shot with his left, but went with the right instead and had to stretch for it. Morocco got lucky there.
It's a free kick to Croatia. And the referee, Anthony Taylor, has given a penalty to Croatia. But I don't think it's a penalty. I think it's soft. But I may have to watch this off my phone on the iPlayer, you know. They've given it. And it's Luka Modric stepping up to take. I'm trying to see which stream is faster. It looks like my phone on the iPlayer is faster than the one that's on the computer, so I might have to do the phone. But they're still checking. Even though Modric is stepping up to take. Which is weird. Usually you would wait. Why would you step up and put the ball on the spot and everything like that? Anthony Taylor's still getting his instructions. He's been asked to go to the screen. He's running over to the screen. Yeah, I'm going with the phone. It's quicker than the stream that I've got right now.
Wait, I play. What's going on here, man?
They're reviewing it for a possible offside. When the ball is played, is it offside? I'm not sure about that. Maybe they can give us the animation because they're giving us the lines. They're zooming in. See, that's weird. Why are they giving us the lines in this one, but no, not the animation? It looks offside, yeah, like a fraction offside given, offside given, and so Belgians survive.
But now, that's been the annoying thing, though. What? Because it seems like they show that the new animation, offside animation, after everything's happened. I don't know why they can't go to that quicker. Because for me, that's better than the lines. I don't know if there's something in the operation that makes it take longer to produce or something like that. But yeah,
it's weird. So we just restarted here, basically. I mean, I just found it very strange that Modric had taken the ball, put it on the penalty spot, ready to shoot. Then they stop it and he goes to the screen. It's weird. Cross. Perisic comes onto it. Poor touch. Meunier clears. Big up man like Santi in here. Yeah, offside, no pen. Offside, no pen. I said it's half time, people. Relax. I know it's bad. The streams are letting us down. Big up Realist in here. What you saying, my bro? He said he's on his way home from work. Hope all is well with everyone and everyone in the chat. Big up to yourself, Realist. Modric in behind. That's a good cross by Modric. Cleared again by Thomas Meunier. Belgium on the counter.
I have to give Drizzy a big up for this as well, man.
Yeah, that's good, man. Drizzy, that is big. I'm hoping you get your degree, man. I'm hoping you do it. Because that's actually really good. It's really, really good. Big up to Drizzy.
100.
Yeah, they're showing the offside animation now. A whole minute 2 past. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it takes a bit longer to produce it in real time. Something that they need to work on with VAR then.
Definitely.
Make it a bit more instant.
If I'm not mistaken, this is like a thing where they have cameras above the pitch, right? And yeah.
It's
so
like,
I like the idea of that.
It's similar to tennis, that Hawkeye system. Same type of thing. Juranovic saves that from going out of play. Here's Modric. Brozovic spreads the play out wide to Borna Sosa. Now Perisic. Can he cross the ball in? He does cross it in. Here's Kramaric in the box, trying to get past Castagna, but he clears out for a throw-in. It's a long throw, but Juranovic cleared. Belgium looking to counter. It's Trossard. Gets out of danger really well. Here's Witsel with a bit of space to operate in now. And Castagna.
Morocco really looking good right now. Stringing a lot of passes together. Ziyech gets it wrong there. Just on the edge of the box, but the fans are doing a laze in the stadium. Ooh, Morocco might be in again. Yes, they are. It's 2-0. Night, Canada. This time, it's En Nesiri with the goal, and it was emphatic. Just a simple ball forward. I believe a couple touches. And it passes the goalkeeper, no doubt. It was too easy. Canada were caught sleeping. And just another fantastic start for Morocco here. And even though it's early, you don't know if Canada's going to come with a reaction, but some could say that this will be Morocco through to the knockout stages.
I had a feeling that Morocco would win that game. I just had a look at the Canadian side. I feel like from a coaching perspective, Herdman has done well to bring them to the tournament and get them through CONCACAF, but this is another level now, on the world stage. And then I think their team is young. There's a bit of experience in there, but there are some young players who are a bit naive as well. And they probably needed a bit more experience level of coaching, to try and get them navigating through the tournament, But this is why I say in 4 years' time, if they add a few more pieces, there'll be a bit more of a danger, a bit more of a threat on the world stage. But right now, it's not enough. And, as you can see here, Morocco already 2-0 up with not even half an hour gone. Morocco top. Looks like they're going through for sure. It's whether one of these two teams can join them here. Belgium on the attack. It's a good ball. Dries Mertens. Can he cross it? Cuts inside. Goes outside. Here's Witsel with the long-range shot. Gets blocked and cleared. Blank page. The match is still on. We are in the first half. 25 minutes gone. Man singing, "Oh Canada, at least you effing tried." Really saying Moss is stressed.
Prayers up, man.
Ghana versus Uruguay. Coin does the revenge match. Oh no, Roland, this coach brought them from like 103 in the world to the World Cup. I thought he was the real deal in the first CONCACAF qualifiers as well. I just feel like at this level, you have to show a bit more tactical acumen to be able to navigate through some of these teams that you're playing. I feel like they were way too open against Croatia. They kept bombing forward within the first 30 minutes. The same mistake they made in the first game against Belgium, where They they were running on adrenaline. They were pressing high, leaving gaps in behind. They conceded and lost that game. And then did the same thing again against Croatia, and then they burnt out. Croatia got their foot on the ball, started moving it around. They began to chase shadows. There needed to be a change in the tactics, and it just didn't happen. You can't be arrogant with your tactics. He's not Pep, he's not Klopp. You know what I mean? He's not that level of coach. He's not a top 5 coach in the world where you can kind of stick to the tactics and stick to the tactics that you set out without changing them, despite the situation on the pitch. He needed to change something in that second game against Croatia, because that was a crucial one for them. Because if they got a result in that game, this final game would have been a bit more of a fixture for them to potentially qualify. I mean, yeah, he's had some good experience. He was the women's coach for Canada and moves over to the men's side. He's done well. Don't get me wrong. I doubt he's going to be the coach in 4 years' time, though. I just can't see it, in all honesty. But we'll have to wait and see. But he's done well, definitely, to get them to this stage.
Now, the most important thing for them is you can't come into a competition like the World Cup and expect to impose yourself against better opposition. It may have looked good for, say, the 10 to 15 minutes that they were able to play with a high level of intensity. But if you don't get something to show for that, which they didn't in both of the games in terms of goals, then you're going to get hurt when you do run out of energy and when the other team starts to gain more control of the game and eventually they get a goal, because defensively, like you said, the tactics are not aligned so that when the energy does run out, they have a plan B so that they can be a bit more solid at the back in the midfield areas where they need to be.
Yeah, because there's a couple of aging men in that side. You look at Atiba Hutchinson, 39 years old. I don't think he's starting today. But he's definitely struggled in the tournament. They're gonna need someone in that midfield, in that engine room, because if you want to play that kind of intensive style, you need one player in there who's got an absolute motor, who's gonna go for at least 75 to 80 minutes, full tilt, back and forth, box to box. They need that in there, and they don't have that, crucially. Their strengths are out wide, in Buchanan and Davis, but they need an engine room person. They need a striker who's also a tireless runner, who's going to be working hard, knowing that they're not going to score goals, but they're going to be there linking the play. These are these key pieces that they need. They need fullbacks, to a certain extent, that also are going to be bombing back and forth. They have to have motors on them too. So there's a lot that needs to be added into that team for them to be able to play that kind of high energy type of style. They said, so after Otto Addo gets done like Tata Martino tomorrow, who's the favorite for the Ghana job? It's Otto Addo, innit? Don't worry about it. Tomorrow we're gonna win, man. We'll win, get our revenge, and then move on, like, to the last 16. But as for Cameroon, yeah, I'm sorry, bro. They're going home. They're going home. Like 1 point from 2. Then you're facing Brazil. They're gonna change their team for sure. I know that for a fact. They're gonna rest some players. But when you look at that bench,
there's no chance that it could be a France situation. You make all those changes.
Because France's drop off is crazy when you get rid of that first team. Brazil's one's not like that. They still got guys. Like, you look the fact that, like, look at Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli will come in there. Fred will come off the bench. You've got Bruno Guimaraes. You've got you even got a Dani Alves. You might say he's old, but hey, he's still, one of the most decorated players in football history. You got Anthony still to come in there. You've got Rodrigo still to come in there. There's a lot. There's a lot. So, you look at you got Edison in goal. Come on, like, there's too much. Like, Militao as well. He'll also play. Like, it's way too much, man. I mean, I want to see Alex Telles in a Brazil in a Brazil shirt because he's also somebody they could change. There's gonna be changes for Brazil, so it might give them a bit of hope. Might do, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I said meaty. They said don't get me started on that damn French team. Big up Dizzy in here. Tomorrow we go to war. Yeah, we go to war, but we need to play the game, not the occasion. Because I've already seen quotes from Suarez saying he won't apologize for the handball and all of this type of stuff there. Those quotes are only gonna fuel a bit more fire. I'm hoping tomorrow they don't even take the bait from Suarez or anything like that. Just play the game. You'll win if you play the game. But big up Dizzy coming in here as well, showing some support. Thierry Henry is still part of Belgium staff.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
he's still there. I'm surprised. And then they showed Mario Mandzukic, who's part of the Croatia setup now, which is good.
I just saw one going, bro.
No, I was just gonna say they need it because they're not a side that scores so many goals.
Yeah. Mandzukic is a baller for them, man.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what they did to England?
Yeah. Ooh, header over the bar by Levaya, or is it Kramaric? Let me have a look. Yeah, it's Kramaric.
I just saw one of Suarez's quotes, and man said, "I didn't miss the penalty. It's not my fault." That is wild, man.
But yeah, see, Partey and Otto had already played down Suarez's quote. Sounds like they're not taking what he said to heart. This is what I'm saying. Don't even feed into it, because if you feed into it, that's how Uruguay will win. The only way they're really gonna win is trying to get into the heads of the players and make them lose focus. That's not what we want. What we want is you play the game. You've done well to be able to get your first win in the tournament, albeit under such a hectic ending to the game. Go and beat Uruguay, because they haven't offered much in this tournament, to be honest with you. So, you know, they struggled to break down South Korea. I expect it to be a bit more of an open game with Ghana, but I think we can beat them.
Remember Suarez? He ain't even starting for Uruguay. They play with two men up top.
Mm-hmm.
So he can talk all he wants, but is he really gonna affect the game like that? Not really.
Still looking for the first goal here in this game. Belgium's early pressure at the beginning of the game has kind of died down now. They need to move the ball a little bit quicker to be able to get through this this midfield of Croatia. But they've done well there. Here's Witzel. Carrasco now up against Juranovic. Good cross into no man's land. Gets cleared. Kevin De Bruyne tries to head it back into the box. Here's Meunier. Cross. Nah, it's a bad cross. Is it a corner? No. Yeah, it just didn't hit well. Belgium could be going home if it stays like this. Free kick to Belgium. Kevin De Bruyne has not played well throughout this tournament, and just a lazy pass over the top, easy for Livakovic. He had a bit of time that he could have moved forward with the ball up the pitch, but he didn't. And they win the ball back now. They're on the break. Trossard tried to give it to Mertens, but gets cut out. And now Croatia on the counter. Here's Kramaric back to Livaya. Crossfield ball towards Perisic. He's up against Mooney. Does he keep it in play? No, he doesn't keep it in play. It's a chance there. Just gone begging there. If Belgium go home, is it the biggest shock of this World Cup? Out of the group stage, what do you think?
You know what? That's an interesting question because you could say based off of their reputation and obviously ranking in the world, it is a shock. I mean, you look at who's going through Morocco. You could be going through and potentially Croatia. So I guess it is a shock. But even when we speak about them, you don't really expect much out of Belgium. Maybe you do expect of a minimum for them to get out of the group, which is why you can probably call it a shock. But look at their team nowadays. It's far from what they were in their prime. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be a huge shock. You know, I feel like there's going to be probably one tonight in that Germany Costa Rica, because Germany with 1 point, you know, in that group, like they get a win. It's really down to what happens in Japan's and Spain's game, you know. And at the same time, Costa Rica, they also got a win. So they're actually ahead of Germany too. So there's a big incentive for them to even try and get something out of that game. It's going to be difficult for them, for sure. But they could. They really could. Germany could be going home again. So this will be the second time in 2 World Cups they've gone out, you know, at the group stage.
And when you think about it, they have to rely on so much to even have a chance of going through. It's crazy. We'll go on to that later on, obviously. But yeah. And then Hansi Flick will become the first guy managing Germany to be out in successive group stages. First time in German history in the World Cup. So that would be wild.
Hopefully the second half of this Croatia-Belgium game will be better, says Manj. I mean, it's not been great, to be fair. I thought that we'll see a little bit more from both of these sides.
Right now, Morocco in the attack, trying to go for a third, and Canada are able to win it back with Junior Hoylett. He passes it, gives it away. Oh, that's all pass. Just about managed that one. Great switch of play. Side.
Belgium going home early makes the world rankings pointless because they are top of the world rankings, but it could be going home.
Yeah, you can definitely say that the rankings are kind of booky. I'm not gonna lie, but we do see. Oh, Canada gotta go back. Cross goes in from the left. The flex of one of the Moroccan defenders just sneaks past Bono. Let's see. Okay, so it comes off Aguerd. So it should be an own goal. Aguerd own goal. It just catches Bono by surprise. Crossed in by Adekugbe. and Aguirre just dangles out a leg and it catches Bono by surprise. 2-1.
Lukaku, Hazard, and Tielemans warming up. Maybe a triple sub could be happening at halftime for Belgium, because they do need something a bit different. Roberto Martinez, there's a cross, across the face of goal. Couldn't get a touch there, Belgium. Roberto Martinez taking a risk, bringing Carrasco in from the wilderness, leaving out Tielemans as well. Now I think it's clear to see that they just ain't it. Just look at their defense in the last 5 years. What defenders have they produced? Yeah, I feel like Relis is referring to Belgium. Yeah, it's true. They've not really produced many players, in the last few years. We haven't really seen anybody new pop up into that setup at all, really. A lot of these players have been part of this side for at least the last 5 years. If you know the last young player that they really produced, you'd say between Tielemans and Deon Donker, they both came out through the Anderlecht Academy, the two of them. So they were the last real young players that they produced. I feel like Thorgan Hazard has been in and around the setup, but is mainly there because of his older brother. To be honest with you, even though he has played well in his own right when he made his move to Germany. Germany's a real sticky one. Yeah, that is going to be interesting because, as CM says, regardless of what they do, they could still go home. They have to get the win. Costa Rica will say, well, we can defend as much as possible and stop you from getting the win, get the draw, and maybe see ourselves through somehow, some way. Because with Spain and Japan, if Spain get the win and Costa Rica draw, it's Spain and Costa Rica going through, Japan and Germany be home. So who knows? It is very tight.
Imagine Costa Rica going through after the first game, 7-0, no shots. Everybody was toasting them. Imagine that.
Could happen. It really could happen. We have to wait and see. It's Carrasco. Ball into Kevin De Bruyne. He crosses it into the box. And Livakovic gathers. That's better from Croatia, though. Trying to get in behind. Belgium. Trying to get in behind the Croatian defense. Borna Sosa with a shot. Well over the bar from Croatia. And then saying who's had the most embarrassing World Cup campaign so far. 4 minutes of added time here. Trying to think. Canada would be up there. We weren't expecting much of them, but the manner in which they've kind of just, lost some of these games, you could put them up there for one of the most embarrassing World Cup campaigns. There was a lot of hope and stuff for them. Germany too, what Relis is saying is true. Poland have been bad. Despite going through to the last 16, they've been bad.
That I think they'll just accept it because I remember I was looking at the videos. They was all smiling, celebrating when they found out that Saudi Arabia scored. So yeah, they'll take that. Um, but yeah, I think it's hard to pick out.
Really saying Mexico, he expected a bit more. I'm not
Mhm.
so sure, you know. Like I feel like this Mexico side is not like some of the sides we've seen in the past, you know. But yeah, you could say
That
that you expected a bit more. True.
Santi's given us some good intel, to be honest, in terms of what's going on in and around the camp, what the manager did and didn't do in order to maximize their chances of having a successful World Cup campaign. You look at their lack of attacking options, leaving, I forgot his name, but the top scorer in the Europa League at home, Chicharito. There were options there. Raul Jimenez, even though he's not at the best of form, hasn't really had a strong role in this World Cup campaign as well. So a lot of factors that haven't gone their way. They've really been playing their wingers as forwards, probably using the likes of Irving Lozano as a focal point, really, when they could have done well with the creativity of a guy like that, putting balls in a box for Jimenez. You never know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's free. It's 3-0, 3-1, sorry. A brilliant finish again by El Nesiri. Just a volley in the box. It was crossed in and headed towards him. There are some complaints. Oh, a flag up. Flag up. Hold on. Hold on a sec. Yeah. Okay, I think it's going to be disallowed. The flag has gone up. Let's have a look at this again. The cross goes in from a free kick. I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe they're looking at Aguirre and saying that he was offside initially, but he didn't even win the header. It was Juno Hoyle, I believe, who headed it towards El Nasiri, but they haven't given the goal. 5 minutes added time, by the way, but they haven't given the goal. Doesn't look like. Well, they've probably looked at it, but yeah. I'd have to see it again because that was a bit of a strange one. Yeah, and probably an obstruction.
Ooh, that's a good ball. Woo! By Kramaric there. In towards Levaya. Strike. Ooh. Uranovic just slices the strike. And it is half time here between Croatia and Belgium, 0-0. The real talking point is probably that penalty that was disallowed for offside. I think it was was it Dejan Lovren who was ruled out for offside. But to be honest with you, it's not been a great game. A few half chances here and there for both sides. A few crosses across the face of box for Belgium. Whilst for Croatia, they've had shots outside the box that have gone over the bar. A few times they've opened the Belgian defense up, but have not been able to capitalize. And as it stands, Morocco are going through as group winners over Belgium and Croatia. Croatia will be in second if it stays like this. Belgium will be going home with 4 points. Canada obviously are out of the competition already. That is crazy. But yeah, really saying that waste man scoring for his country, but can't score for Sevilla. Yeah, Nesri, he's struggling in Spain, but for his country, he's there. I mean, Tunisia, could you say Tunisia probably a disappointment as well? You know, going out of the competition at the expense of Australia, because
You could.
they were last 16. Were they last 16 or quarter finalists? Yeah, they were quarter finalists in AFCON. Tunisia were. They beat Nigeria in the last 16, and then they lost to Burkina Faso in the quarterfinals. You know, so quarterfinalists in AFCON to go out to the competition with a fairly good chance on yesterday, the start of the day, to go through. You know,
We all have time here. Morocco winning 2-1 against Canada. Yeah, in this game, I think Canada were really deflated early on by that early goal. It was calamitous. You look at it, poor back pass towards a Boyan in the Canadian goal, and I believe he panicked. He was pressed by Enesiri, and he took a heavy touch that went straight to Hakim Ziyech, who his first touch chipped it over his head, and that was 1-0. Canada maintains their high press up the pitch, and once again that hurt them, leading to Enesiri's goal and their second. It was just a simple ball up the pitch. He took one touch out of his feet and struck it past the goalkeeper. It was a pure strike, and they were 2-0 down. And, you know, they got a bit of luck to get back in the game. Good crossing from the left side, and it just deflected into the back of the net of Aguerd. The goalkeeper, Bono, was caught by surprise. But I feel like, to be fair, Morocco have been the better team for sure. They've controlled a lot of possession. They definitely did drop a little bit when they went 2-0 up. A little more casual in their passing. They will probably look to create and kill off the game in the second half, but they played well. And Canada, for them, they will see life in the fact that they were able to get a goal back in the game. Maybe they can fight for something in that second half. Once again, it's nothing but pride in the end of the day, but it's been a good game so far.
Yeah. I mean, for me over here, not really been that kind of a fixture. You know, I feel like there's, as I said, it's just a chess match. We have to wait and see what's gonna happen. That is so close. That is not offside. I'm so sorry. Literally, like a part of his shoulder is being used as the reason for offside, and that's just not on. I can't handle that. But really saying bun them because they don't use Hannibal. And Belgium is too safe. This is what happened to Denmark last night. Yeah, they were a bit too safe. Didn't want to make a mistake, and they still end up losing the game anyway. To Australia, Matthew Leckie with the finish to put the Australians through to the last 16 to face. I believe they're facing France. No, sorry, they will say group Argentina. I think it is with sorry, go on.
I'm just seeing the offside picture now. That is tight.
Crazy. I'm just not understanding it at all. I'm not understanding it at all. But yeah, so Saturday's fixtures are already set, and so are Sundays. So you got in the Netherlands versus the USA, 3:00 UK time, and then Argentina, Australia, 7:00 UK time, and then on Sunday we've got Poland, France, 3:00 UK time, and then 7:00 UK time is England versus Senegal. And then we've got ourselves 2 fixtures on Monday, yet to be decided, and 2 fixtures on Tuesday, yet to be decided. So, you know, and then it's going to be interesting quarterfinals happening on the Friday and the Saturday of next week. Should be good. Big up man like Kendall in here. I hope you're well.
Who do you think is the most likely to take the lead in your game?
That's a tough one, you know. There's an interesting point here from Drizzy. I feel like if they make these changes, I think Belgium are more likely to get the first goal. As it stands right now, I think it's Croatia, because both fullbacks are getting forward. Borna Sosa, Juranovic on the right-hand side. They're coming forward, trying to get involved in the attack, helping out their wingers. Perisic and Kramaric. So it should be very interesting. Belgium have been sitting back a little bit and trying to counter. They were doing that very early on. They're just trying to win the ball back in midfield and counter quickly. I don't think that's going to be enough. I think it works when you have the right personnel. So if Lukaku comes on, that might work because he's probably one of the best counter-attacking strikers in the world when he's on form and stuff. So it's pretty interesting to see what's going to happen. Martinez was brave in the decisions that he made. I feel like Yuri Tillemans needs to come on so that they can get a bit of a foothold in midfield. Carrasco's probably been a bit off the pace. I'd keep Dries Mertens in there, maybe switch him to the left-hand side and bring Eden Hazard on, put him on the right-hand side. And then I'd take Trossard off. He hasn't really offered too much and get Lukaku on and go from there. But I'm having a look at your game now to show us some of these highlights. Oh, that's a bad mistake. That is a bad mistake. Wow.
I definitely think there was a situation where people got caught in two minds, panicked, and before you know it, it's out of your hands. But the back pass by the defender was a little dodgy. It still could be dealt with. Probably better if Boyan just smashed it clear and everybody just reset. But yeah, man, worst possible start.
Ooh, Bono with the very poor near post. Was it offset? Was it? It was an own goal, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bono will still be disappointed because that touch off the defender, he should be able to save that, turn that round the post, save the goal. But yeah, as it stands, Morocco are going through, currently winning against Canada. Canada will try and see if they can have a say-so by getting another goal in that game to equalize and try and change the makeup of this group.
One interesting thing to watch in your game as well, if Croatia are able to make it through, Luka Modric is one booking away from a suspension in the next game. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with him. Potentially, if they're able to take the lead, or even if they go behind, it will be a very competitive game. He's gonna have to be careful if he wants to be involved. We all know how influential he is in the middle of the park, going forwards for that Croatian side. So yeah, Drizzy, Luka Modric, not on the yellow right now, but he's one booking away from a suspension in the round of 16 if he does get booked today. And they'll say an early pre-match scrap if they cross each other's way. Really saying, well, stink. You know what? Yeah, they definitely do. they definitely do. But you see me, yeah, I have a little problem, man. Because you see, these British our company, massive companies, British our countries, they think they better than they really are. You know, whether it's England, whether it's Scotland, Wales. Sometimes I think the expectations need to go a little lower. Because if you look to this Wales team, especially the way they got into the World Cup, it was a nice little fairy tale situation, of course, like it was for many of the teams that have made the World Cup in the end of the day. But sometimes you go up against different teams, the quality is much better than you on the day, and Wales The thing they'll be disappointed with is they just didn't compete to the level that they probably could have in terms of using their energy and putting pressure on the opposition. There were games where they got tired a lot of the time, especially in that Iran one, and they ended up conceding 2 late goals that just deflated them altogether. But nah, it would have been tough for them to make it out of the group. And in the end of the day, they weren't good enough. They didn't get the contributions I think they were hoping for from their talismans like Gareth Bale, Aaron Ramsey. You can even put someone like Dan James up there. Sometimes these things happen.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, let's lower the expectations because every year is, especially with England, every World Cup we're gonna go and win the World Cup. You did well to come in the semis. You did well to get to the final of the Euros. But let's remember, in my opinion, these teams are performing above expectations. They are good teams. Don't get me wrong, but they're performing above expectations. So just because you're there, you can appreciate the moment, but let's not act like you're one of the best teams in the world and you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Because if that's the case, then it should happen at least once.
Yeah.
Maybe it will. Who knows? But it should happen at least once. There are scenarios where big teams they get shot, they underachieve, for example. But if you should be winning the world, if you should be contending for the World Cup and all these things there, then it should happen at least once where you get into the position where you're there to win it or you win it.
I don't get why Ghana people hate Asamoah Gyan than Suarez. He's the one who missed the penalty. Ghana people need to stop this hate narrative against Suarez. I feel like in that moment, you have to hate Asamoah Gyan too because he misses the penalty that takes us through when I don't think he should have even taken the penalty. It should have been Stephen Appiah. And then he scores in the shootout. So it's like, what's the point? Like, what is the point? You could have really won the game for us, but you didn't. But you always have to hate Suarez, though. It's the fact that he celebrated. He waited there. He made the mistake. He's giving away the penalty. Then we missed the penalty. He runs around celebrating. That's the reason why people hate him. But tomorrow, don't worry. His career's ended. His international career ends anyway tomorrow because we're going to get the win. I'm telling you. We're about to return for this second half in this game. Facts, because England think it's coming home every competition. I feel like they just do that because they're just annoying. It's bare annoying. They're annoying. Lukaku's coming on now.
Interesting to see where his fitness is at because obviously he got a little bit of minutes in the last game, but is he fully fit? Was it a situation where, listen, Roberto Martinez is like, I need you, big man. If you want to continue playing in the latter stages of this World Cup, any stage of this knockout round, we need you.
And we've kicked off. 45 minutes. And if it stays like this, Belgium are going home. Here's Mounier storming forward. Loses the ball. Here's Sosa. Trying to play the ball towards Levaya. Our media journalists are forcing it in the press conference. I still need to watch that. Man said you have to hate Suarez still. I love it. You have to hate him still. If I was in Suarez shoes, I'll do the same thing. People are willing to die for their country in soccer games. Yeah, people would. People would. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, if you was in that situation, you probably do the same thing. And you'd be just as angry if it happened to you. you know? So
Hmm.
goes both ways.
Game started back here as well. Canada kicking it off.
Dries Mertens was the player taken off for Lukaku, which I think was a bit surprising that Carrasco was able to stay on the pitch. And here he is now. Here's Lukaku. Witzel. Trossard. Takes a bit of a heavy touch. They have to reset. Meunier to Kevin De Bruyne. Cross. Ooh, cleared away by Gardville.
What do you think of Yannick Carrasco? Same with you, you guys in the comments, because obviously when he was a lot younger, played for Atletico, and then he made that move to China. I know a lot of people kind of question those moves all the time. We spoke about even Oscar and Ramirez in a few streams back as well, but he kind of tried to force his way back into Europe, which was funny, and he found his way back to Atletico.
Chance there for Belgium. Lukaku with a header into the hands of Livakovic. Carrasco's a funny one, man. Like, I feel like when he burst onto the scene, there was a lot of promise there for him, and then he made a very strange move to China during the middle of his career, and it was just like, yes, we understand the reasons why players were doing it at that particular point in time. However, is that the best thing for your footballing development? That's the key. And when you're making a move like that at such a young age, yeah, and then you come back to a bit more of an intense style of playing football, I don't know if you'll ever be the same again, to be honest with you. Can you shake it off and get back to the level that you could be at? And yeah, Reedus
Oh,
makes a good point here, saying that he went back to Simeone and Atletico Madrid, and it's like, is that really where you're going to even aid your development, like as a player? As I mentioned yesterday, Koke was such a good, young, talented player, very good with the ball, very good on the ball, and it's like he's lost that in essence, so that he could sacrifice that. It's a good save by Courtois from Kovacic. There it's going out for a corner, but yeah, like he's now lost that in and sacrificed all of that ability to serve his team off the ball. But you know, big up vibes in here. See what the boys are doing. Sweepstakes team doing the business right now.
man.
Here's Modric. Oof, over the bar. Look how they treat Neymar. They want him to play even if his leg is amputated. It's true. He's getting a rest. I don't know what's going to happen to him though. For the rest of the tournament, if he's going to be, because you remember when he got the injury in 2014 in Brazil in that game against Chile, and they were hoping that they could get far enough for him to recover and get back, but it just wasn't enough after getting slapped 7-1 by Germany in the semi-final.
I heard he's now kind of ramping up his training in a swimming pool. I don't know if something's updated today, but yeah, hopefully he'll be all right.
Let's hope so. I want to see him a bit more in the tournament. Maybe he gets some minutes tomorrow against Cameroon. Just come off the bench or something. Maybe that might be good for him as well to just get himself back into a bit of rhythm. Dries Mertens does not look happy on the Belgian bench. I think he was unlucky to get taken off, to be honest. That's a good tackle there by Meunier to take the ball off of Kovacic, who was motoring forward. Brozovic spreads the play towards Juranovic. Patient build up from Croatia. Here's Modric. Kovacic. Brozovic. Switches play to Perisic. Sosa on the overlap. He finds him. Can he cross the ball? He does. That's a great ball. Ooh, nobody really gambled in that area. Kramaric will have to recover the ball. Modric again, approaching the box. That's a nice little ball. Juranovic, good cross, cleared by Witsel. Croatia now ramping up the pressure. De Paul looks dead playing for him as well. They may need to move on. It's true. Because we had high hopes for De Paul as well. He looked great in Italy with Udinese. Shoot. Ooh! Good save by Courtois. From Brozovic. Croatia ramping up the pressure. Man said, hope his mum and sister's not in that pool because their love triangle is not nice. Bro. Bro.
That's wild.
It's wild. Modric. Ooh. Good save again from Courtois. Perisic. Oh, Borna Sosa with a poor cross. Can they recover it? And it's a corner to Croatia. That's good work by Juranovic. The Croatian fans are on their feet. Brozovic will be missing. Will be ruining his missed chance. The same with Modric. Here's Modric now. Gets into the box. So tries to cross the ball towards Kramaric, but doesn't get it towards him. Belgium now relieving a bit of pressure from Lukaku. But they give it away again. No, they recover it. And Witsel's fouled. Free kick to Belgium. Croatia now definitely the side that has been the closest to scoring. Pushing forward, feeling that they can take this momentum into getting a goal and try and push themselves out of this group. It's going to be a nervous and tense feeling as we start to approach these final moments of these games. Here's Brozovic. Sosa. Is it a corner? It is a Croatian corner. Is it? Was it a goal kick? Yes, it's a goal kick. Infantino. In the house. By saying the cross merchant, your country needs you. Step up. They definitely do still. I can't lie to you. Imagine having an ex-Wigan manager in charge of your country at a World Cup. Them man don't like success. He won an FA Cup with Wigan though. Let's not forget that.
Against Man City.
Don't forget that.
Hey.
He got himself. I mean, they got relegated the same season, but it was weird as well. Championship team in the Europa League qualifiers anyway. They didn't get there.
That
But
was wild.
it's a bit wild. I can't lie.
Harry Maguire having more assists than you.
So poor cross. Trossard spreads the play cut out by Modric. That's great from Modric. That work rate. That's a good ball to Sosa on as he switches play. It's Kovacic. Brozovic. Good ball to Sosa. Breaks through that line. He's got Perisic outside him. He finds him now. Trossard coming off. He hasn't had a great game. I'm surprised he stayed on the pitch as long as he has. Thorgan Hazard is coming on for Belgium. This could be the end of the road for Belgium, you know.
What a way. What a way to end it. Oil it in the box and Davies got a foot on it, but it goes wide of the goal.
Harry Maguire having more assists than you in Big World Cup 2022. Boy, it's mad. Modric needs to be tested. He's 19 doing all of this. Hey, Modric is moving crazy, man. Here's Perisic. Cross into the hands of Courtois. Oh, the 4-year-old. Meunier. It's a charge now. Can he score? Good save. Lukaku off the post! Off the post! Oh! Oh, man! Belgium! Oh, Lukaku had the whole goal to aim at. And he hits the post.
Romelu.
First real opening for Belgium. And Lukaku had a lot of the goal to aim at. Wow. Wow. That was a chance there for Belgium. This game is on a knife edge. It's on a knife edge.
But they look at that chance down the line and regret missing it.
KDB with a good ball into Carrasco. He does well with a bit of dancing feet, but it's a good block by Lovren. It rebounds into the path of Lukaku, hits the post.
Jonathan David and Sheba Hutchinson coming on for Canada. Ismail Kone coming on as well. Coming off, you got Adekugbe. Kaye and Lauren.
Oh, that's a good ball. De Bruyne. Lukaku over the bar! The keeper was in no man's land. Livakovic came out to try and claim the cross. Misses the ball. And it's just Lukaku there. Just head it on target. You score. Oh, the ball went out of play anyway. From De Bruyne anyway. But I don't know if I think they missed that. But Lukaku, wow. That's 2 chances. Wow.
Incredible drama in that game.
Switch of play by Perisic. Croatia on the attack now. Here's Kramaric. Luka Modric. Brozovic. Gardvall. Kramaric. Plays out wide to Modric. Tries to find Perisic. Headed away by Meunier. And it's out. Lukaku hole. Lukaku. Open goal. Lukaku miss. How is this Lukaku? The guy still in the Liverpool soccer. That guy needs to be released. Lukaku hole. Kramaric and Levaya coming off for Croatia. They're going all out. Pasalic and Petkovic coming on. Supernik saying the Tims are out again. Big Ron, man. It's for real. That first one especially. Still toe bowling goalie back again. Oh my days. Nah, hey, Rom's not going to be able to live this down if they go out. 2 big chances. Same thing at the Euros as well. He had chances there too and couldn't score. And they went out of the competition to Italy. Modric, good ball out to Perisic. He needs a runner outside. He does find him. Here's Kovacic. That's a good ball into the box. It's Perisic. Sosa on the overlap. Poor cross from Sosa into the hands of Courtois. Ebb and flow now. Belgium going forward. Here's De Bruyne. This game is becoming like a basketball game. Back and forth. De Bruyne post match. Some of us are overweight. This is why we're out. Funny.
Morocco making some subs now. Sofian Boufal coming off. And Abdelhamid Sabiri as well. Coming on, Salim Amala and Zakaria Abu Kalal. Richie Larry are coming on for Canada as well. Time it's Jonathan Osorio coming off.
Modric. Ooh. Just couldn't get the ball under control. Just had to just react, flick a leg out of it, out at it, and into the hands of Courtois. That's a good ball. It's Pasalic. Petkovic stumbling over there. It's a free kick to Belgium. Brozovic is not happy with the decision from Anthony Taylor after the foul on Carrasco.
Right now, the game over here is kind of fizzled out. Both teams getting a little bit of possession here and there. Morocco in it now. Canada have made some changes, changed their shape as well, tactically, trying to find that equalizer. Obviously, you brought on an established forward in Jonathan David. Let's see if they can find an equalizer, or will Morocco hang on or even find a third.
$20 to go, plus added time here. Mounier, can he keep the ball in play? He does. Digs out a cross into the hands of Livakovic. Jeremy Doku and Yuri Tielemans getting their final instructions from Roberto Martinez. He's going all out for it now. They need it.
I see.
He said, come on, Maple Syracuse. Get 2 goals. Here's Brozovic. Tried to hesitate. Here's Perisic. He's got, you have so much time. You could pick out a cross, a good one. Poor. Cut out by Alderweireld. The substitution is going to be made now. Jeremy Doku coming on. Yannick Carrasco coming off. Dejan Donker coming off as well. In his place, Yuri Tielemans is coming on. They're going all out for it now.
Well, free kick for Canada. Good position. Alphonso Davies is going to whip it in. Headed out for a corner. All in the box. Had a chance off the crossbar. And just headed over. Just over. It was the captain, Hutchinson, with a chance to just clank off the crossbar. That could have been the equalizer. And then I didn't see who had the second chance. I believe it was Vittoria. It wasn't even him, actually. It was Johnston with the final header, but it was too high and he ended up just heading it over the bar. Couldn't. It looks like he got pushed actually a little bit, which is why I couldn't direct it into the back of the net, but a good chance to get that equalizer for Canada. So close.
That was good pressure from Belgium, but they couldn't get the ball back. And it's a foul by Alderweireld. Oh, referee waves it on. Here's Witsel. It's a bit of space now. Can he find the right pass? Tries to go over the top. Into the hands of Livakovic. Too comfortable. Croatian fans are praying in the stands.
Credit to Canada. They've been much better after the tactical changes in the second half. Morocco seem like they've dropped in intensity, and that's not good enough. There's still a result to fight for. There's still a game to be won. Corner kick to Canada.
Perisic. Ooh. It's a chance to cross the ball again into the box, but couldn't get it. Here's Doku. Can he show us some of that electrifying pace that he has? $15 to go now. Here's Witsel. Doku's free. He's got the ball now. He's going to have a run at Juranovic. Poor attempt at a cross from Doku, blocked and recovered by Luka Modric, who's working so hard in that midfield, helping out his defender, leading by example. Belgium play on. They thought it was a foul, Croatia. It's Tielemans. He does well to keep the ball. Here's De Bruyne. What's he going to do with the ball here? Ooh, nearly gave it away. Tielemans with the cross. Cleared away by Croatia. Brozovic on the edge of the box. She gets it. Clear. Belgium are pushing for this goal. Croatia on the attack now. Here's Pasalic. No, there's Perisic. Can he pass the ball? Why didn't he pass the ball? What's wrong with him? Now Belgium on the counter. With Doku. De Bruyne. Cross. Ooh, good header away by Sosa. It's a corner.
These substitutions. So Canada, David Wotherspoon coming on for Junior Hoylett. For Morocco, Hakim Ziyech coming off for Hamdallah. And Azdin Onahi coming off for Jawad El Yamik.
That's a corner. It must be another corner. And it's a goal kick, according to the referee.
You got man like King inside.
Come on.
Because in that, and in cheer for Canada now, you know, out Cameroon hold 5.
This is a tense game right now. It's fine margins is gonna win this one for either side. A draw is not good for Belgium. They're going home.
Trust me. Looking at those 2 chances from Lukaku, the first one especially, clanging off that post. Are they gonna get as good as a chance?
Modric. Perisic. Good cross! Headed away by Vertonghen. Ooh, good defending by Vertonghen. Is offside. Perisic anyway. Offsides. As it stands, Croatia going through Morocco as runners-up. Belgium going home. I feel like the longer this game goes on, Croatia will be happy to take the point and not risk it too much.
Here come Morocco on the break. Canada have done well to get back and they butchered it. Just didn't move the ball quick enough. Now it's Canada on the other side. Alphonso Davies just keeping in the ball on the left. Good defending again.
Here's Modric. Flicks the ball around the corner. Here's Garvall. He's coming forward now. They're pushing for the goal. Garvall, he nearly loses the ball. Doesn't get towards Sosa, but it's a throw-in. We all need Canada rock bottom. Belgium is too casual for my liking. They need to ramp up the game. It's true. Croatia got lucky because of how stupid Canada was. Is Brozovic tried to go with a give and go. with Kovacic, but he couldn't get the return. Just under 10 minutes to go plus added time here. Belgium need to do more than what they've been doing. As Drizzy said, it's too casual. They're moving the ball too slowly. That's a back pass. No back pass by Gardville. That's a good ball. Here's Petkovic. Ooh, Modric nearly had it in his stride. It's a throw in to Belgium. Here's Doku. Skins Juranovic. It's not a good ball though. And it's a free kick. Eden Hazard. The final throw of the dice here from Martinez. The fans are not happy. Martinez next back on the chopping block. Yeah, he's definitely on the chopping block. If they go out, he's definitely gone. I think so.
I think this is it. One goal, it changed things all together for Belgium.
Hazard coming on. Martinez contract is up after this. Martinez is done out here. Eden Minaj to save the day. Hazard's got 7 minutes added time to change it. This is frustrating for the Belgian people. Oh no, Gardville's giving it away. Oh, Kevin De Bruyne. They get a corner though, Belgium. Corner. Wasn't a good corner. And now Croatia can come away with it. They're on the break now. They give it away. He's Tielemans. Here's Witsel. Meunier. Doku switch sides with Hazard. Thorgan Hazard.
Hakim Yoff. Yaya Jabran. Again, not onto the Lukaku family.
Nah, man. I've had enough of him, bruv. Lukaku's taking his 3 chances. He could have got a hat trick, you know. Lukaku, oh, his shit. Get the boots off the pitch, he's shit. I'm telling you, he could have had a hat trick.
I just saw, bro. Man just flicked out a leg. What's going on here? Oh, it's not good.
Meunier's come off. Hazard's on. It's all kicking off now.
Belgium needed De Bruyne. They needed Lukaku. And they both haven't stepped up.
When you pin all your hopes on a Brock touch, it's mad. Oh my days. Belgium could be going home. It's so close. They've got 2 minutes plus added time. Kevin De Bruyne over the free kick into the box now. What's going to happen here? You can't have Timberlands on your feet and only have one foot. Pick a struggle. Are they have to retake it? Oh, poor free kick from De Bruyne into the hands of Livakovic. He goes to the ground to waste a bit more time. The Belgian fans can't believe it. They're about to exit the World Cup at the group stage. The final moments of this golden generation is about to come to an end. We haven't had any goals, but it's been exciting this second half. Here's Sosa. Ooh, we nearly cut through the Belgian defense there with a run. Here's Thorgan Hazard. Kovacic tracking him, doing well defensively to get back into position and stop the run. But they switch it. Here's Doku now on the other side. Gets past a couple. Doku gives the ball to Hazard. Can he cut it back? Oh, Lukaku! What are you doing?
Nah. What? No! How?
What the hell is this? Four chances, bro.
What is he doing?
Finished.
What is he doing?
Finished.
The keeper's gone. All he needs to do is head it in the back of the.
4 minutes of added time.
I'm trying to chest it down. Nah. Oh, this is peak, man. I can't lie. This is peak. 89th minute in this game between Canada and Morocco. Morocco have been defending. They've been fighting. Canada pushing for that equalizer. Right now.
I can't believe it.
That was wild, fam. The fact that you tried to chest that down. Nah, it's over. It's over, fam. It's over, fam. He's finished, fam. He's peak.
Yo! Nah, Lukaku's mad, bro. What the hell is that, bro?
Don't be shy to come out in a press conference with some tape over your legs and all them things. They're talking about injuries either, fam. You're just finished, fam.
That is crazy.
You had the chance to send your country through, fam. To be the savior.
Kovacic off, Maya on. Cross into the box. Lukaku! Oh, misses the ball. Good defending there by Garville. Doku can't get the ball into the box. He goes to the ground. He tries to save the ball.
Got 4 minutes added time here as well.
Belgium are pushing. They're pushing for this. And it's a foul. It's a foul. Free kick to Croatia to just crazy.
Oh, hold on. Good defending again by Morocco. They're just doubling, triple teaming. Anytime Canada are in a dangerous position.
They said Lukaku needs to be taken off on a stretcher. Shame. No, I'm done. Get that bald-headed Belgium clown off the pitch. 4 minutes of added time. He's actually so shit. Lukaku, who put Judge on Rom looking shaky, bad. Lukaku did it again. Another one. Bolingoli. Fully let the ball hit his chest. Lukaku.
The keeper's coming up for Canada in this corner kick. Can they get an equalizer? Alphonso Davies to put it in. Could there be late drama? Whips it in the box. It's a poor corner all night long for Canada. Poor corners. There's just been one good one. The keeper's got it now. He whips it in. Headed away by Morocco and they boot it clear. The keeper flops the clearance and now Alphonso Davies recovers because the keeper was out of position completely.
They're going to the corner with it. Oh! No, good defending. And that's it. It's full time. Belgium are out of the World Cup. They've drawn against Croatia, who battled to a 0-0 draw. The golden generation is done. They're not even
in the final. I said not even bronze, fam.
They're
Nah.
plastic. They're wooden generation. Lukaku had
Modric.
4 chances. 4. Wow.
In the final stages of this game now. Just entering the final 30 seconds. Canada are looking for their last opportunity in their final World Cup game for this year until 2026. Can they find something? Morocco are finding the answers defensively. Buchanan, poor touch. One back by Morocco again. 15 seconds to go. Great piece of skill. And this could be it. It's a poor touch by the Moroccan forward though. Keeper coming out for Canada. No, that's it. Blew the whistle a few seconds early. Morocco win. They finish top of Group F.
Wow. What action. Group F is concluded. Morocco have emerged as top of Group F. That is crazy. Wow. Wow. Golden generation has gone rusty. Belgium has crumbled like a waffle. Rom is in tears. That goal turned to copper quickly. Lukaku, you bum, came on and missed everything. Maguire more assists than cross merchant. I'm done. Lukaku helped the agenda. World War III is going to happen in that Belgium changing room. Bun French Montana still. Wow. So it's officially Morocco top with 7 points. Croatia crucially getting that draw, that point that gives them 5 points and sends them through as runners up. So now it's going to be interesting. They will now take place. Their games will take place Monday or Tuesday, I believe. But boy, word on the street, they're burning Timberlands in Belgium. Enough heads about to roll. Contract termination and international careers are about to end. Belgium are going to start looking like Belgium of old once a lot of these players retire from the national team. CM, what are you saying, bro?
Wow. What an end. I mean, so much drama in your game. Croatia versus Belgium. They had the chances. Belgium should have won the game. Romelu Lukaku came on. He had the chances and he missed. We're looking at that final chance. I mean, he must have got caught in two minds there where all he needs to do, head that in the open net. He hits the post, he hits the bar. And still, they'll be looking at that game for probably years to come, weeks, months, and saying how is this golden generation falling to pieces, to bits? All of the rumors after their loss to Morocco, the bust-ups in the changing room. There is true drama, and Roberto Martinez and his coaching staff are in trouble after this. But what a result for Morocco. I don't think they were... People were looking at this group and saying Croatia and Belgium before this. But Morocco have emerged as the group winners. It's a great story for them. 2 wins and a draw. Canada, commiserations to them. They were too naive for this level of competition at this point of time. I think they come back in 2026. Definitely a better team, a more mature side. But for now, it wasn't their time. Commiserations to them. Croatia go through in second. I don't think a lot of people had faith in them either. But probably after the first game, they didn't know what they were going to get from Croatia. But they ended up going through second and they came through when they needed to in the end of the day. But for Belgium, it's a story of missed opportunities. We spoke before all of the games began. Belgium had their lowest conversion rate since 1982. And that story has shone through again in this game. Romelu Lukaku, 4 chances. And you can't put one of them in the back of the net. And that's just been the story of their tournament. 1 goal. Not good enough.
Goal. 1 goal in the entire tournament is crazy. Lukaku had a bet on Croatia qualifying allegedly. Belgian Twitter is going to be looking hella EDL-ish. KDB, big up man like Rich in the building. Yeah, we got to start now. Agendas running for KDB because he was absolutely awful in this tournament. Rom needs therapy to get over this. He wasn't always this bad. What went wrong? Who knows what went wrong? That interview that he did has since then basically everything has fallen apart for him. I'm about for the whole game later. Oh yes, Rich is back in the building for the whole game later. So Rich is back in. That is good. We've got some big games tonight. Germany against Costa Rica, Spain versus Japan. More drama in these final group games. The second to last of that. We got a big day again tomorrow as well. It should be very interesting. And then saying Abubakar is better than Belgium. KDB had the call from Pep. He checked out. Ever since his fire in the booth, he's been dead. Lukaku about to do an interview with Piers Morgan. It's all kicking off right now. But we're going to be back here in about just under 2 hours' time for those big games that I mentioned before. Big up to everybody who's been in the chat from the beginning. We appreciate you so much. Make sure you follow CM on Twitch. Make sure you subscribe to him on YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button as well if you're new. Hit that notification bell. We're going to be back in about an hour and 45 minutes. Peace, people. We out.